हेलो एवरीबॉडी। अफ्रीका राइजिंग के इस नए एपिसोड में उन सभी भारतीयों का स्वागत है जो कुछ नया समझना चाहते हैं, कुछ सीखना चाहते हैं, कुछ नई जानकारी चाहते हैं। अफ्रीका के बारे में थोड़ी अवेयरनेस इंडिया में कम है और यूरोप के बारे में है, यूएस के बारे में है। लेकिन आपको अफ्रीका की जानकारी चाहिएगी, आपको खुद ही को इंटरेस्ट आएगा, ये मेरा विश्वास है। क्योंकि बाई 2050 अफ्रीका इज़ गोइंग टू हैव ए पॉपुलेशन ऑफ 2.5 बिलियन, जबकि इंडिया उस टाइम 1.7 बिलियन के अंदर ही होगा और चाइना तो हार्डली 1.4 बिलियन होगा। तो एक एक बस्ती का भी एक बहुत बड़ा प्रेशर होता है जो अफ्रीका दुनिया को देगा। उससे काफ़ी अपॉर्चुनिटीज जो हैं दूसरे कंट्रीज़ को भी होंगी। ये भी अभी से इंडियंस जो हैं कुछ वहाँ जाने लगे हैं, कुछ फैक्ट्री लगाने लगे हैं। तो ये चैनल देखते रहिए, आपको आइडिया आएगा। अब 2050 तो काफ़ी दूर है, उससे पहले 2030 में अफ्रीका कैसा होगा इसके बारे में ही एक लंबा वीडियो है। थोड़ा सा इसको हम कर्टिल करके दिखा रहे हैं। आपको इंटरेस्ट आता है तो यूट्यूब पे जाइए और सर्च कीजिए अफ्रीका बाय 2030। तो ये पूरा वीडियो आपको वहाँ मिलेगा, वो आपको देख सकते हैं। और मैं आपको याद दिला दूँ कि इस चैनल को आप सब्सक्राइब कर दीजिए और रेगुलर देखते रहिए। चलिए मिलते हैं अगले एपिसोड।
Thoughts about the African continent can sometimes be cliches. There's the romanticized image of endless natural beauty that includes rainforests, waterfalls, and golden savannas dotted by elephants and lions. And then there's this idea that Africa is a perpetual humanitarian tragedy, a continent that is plagued by violent coups, ever-emerging terrorist and rebel groups, famine, epidemics, and countless bitter tribal conflicts. Yes, Africa is all these things. But the problem with cliches is that they often make you miss the real story. And the real story is that the world itself is fast becoming more African. According to 2050 projections, Africa's current population of over 1.4 billion is poised to double. That means 1 out of every 4 people in the world might be African, with several countries on this vast continent undergoing an enormous youth bulge. All this begs the question: what will Africa look like in 2030? The picture isn't very clear yet, but some see a future where Africa's massive, youthful population propels African countries to take to the global stage in a way that could mirror China's meteoric rise. For starters, Africa is the second largest and most populous continent in the world after Asia and holds about 18% of the world's population. Known for its very rich potential, which includes natural resources, human capital, and fertile soils for agriculture, Africa's development is one of the most critical issues on the global agenda. This point has been attested by the global adoption of the Millennium Development Goals and the immediate adoption of the Sustainable Development Goals to enhance development in Africa. The emergence of modern technologies and communication facilities in the African continent has been an essential factor for development. There are hopes that Africa will take great steps of growth by the year 2030 in development projects, cryptocurrency, agriculture, technological and infrastructural innovations, and the emergence of her economies. What has been done or is currently being carried out to make these aspirations a reality? Let's find out in this video. Before we begin, you can help our channel grow by liking this video, subscribing to our channel, and turning on the notification bell so that you don't miss any interesting updates. This is Africa in 2030. 1. Development projects. There are several development projects going on in Africa that will be way gone by the year 2030. These projects cut across all the sectors of Africa's burgeoning economy. Africa is home to 7 of the 10 fastest growing economies in the world. As populations increase and a growing number of Africans join the world's middle class, the face of Africa is changing rapidly. Development projects are at the heart of these changes, providing the continent's much-needed infrastructure and opening up the continent for increased trade and tourism. The biggest African developments currently underway focus on roads, bridges, rail, and airport infrastructure. In the North-South African corridor, there are ongoing power generation projects, port development processes, as well as the construction of a road stretch of about 85,000 kilometers. All these will facilitate activities in the corridor, which runs from South Africa to Zambia and the Democratic Republic of Congo, and also from Botswana to Mali. The Egyptian government is building a smart city that will serve as its new administrative capital. The project began in 2015 and will accommodate about 6.5 million people when completed. Another mega development project in the African continent is the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam project. Although shrouded with controversy, this project, which will cost about $5 billion, is expected to generate over 5.1 gigawatts of electricity upon completion. In Ghana, the ongoing construction of an interconnected rail line to boost logistics is being carried out. The railway will connect Ghana's major cities and strategic mineral sites. There are other mega and minute development projects in Africa that are all aimed at changing its current state in the years ahead. 2. Cryptocurrency. Although Africa accounts for just 2% of the global value of all cryptocurrencies, the rapid growth of these digital currencies is expected to transform financing in the continent. In fact, between 2020 and 2021, Africans received $1,005.6 billion worth of cryptocurrency payments. That equals an increase of 1,200% from 2019. Of the $48 billion remitted to sub-Saharan Africa in 2019, up to $562 million worth of remittance payments were facilitated by cryptocurrencies, such as Ripple, according to Chainalysis. But crypto adoption in Africa is not new. According to the Global Crypto Adoption Index in 2021, 6 African economies, Kenya, Nigeria, Togo, South Africa, Ghana, and Tanzania, were among the top 20 countries in the world with the highest levels of cryptocurrency adoption. Cryptos are designed to work as a means of exchange through a computer network that is not reliant on any central government or bank, with the most used cryptocurrency in Africa being Bitcoin. Countries leading the use of this currency include the likes of South Africa, Nigeria, Ghana, and Kenya. Its use has increased dramatically in Africa, with most merchants now accepting cryptocurrency payments as its adoption grows. It is almost certain that by 2030, crypto payments will become the norm. What is then the future of cryptocurrencies in Africa? Cryptocurrencies in Africa represent the future of finance and financial transactions in the African continent despite downturns. There are indications that these currencies are here to stay as seen from their increasing usage and recognition by countries. At one extreme, the government of the Central African Republic has adopted Bitcoin as legal tender. However, the implementation and impact of this on broader economies have been faced with severe criticisms. The Central African Republic was the first country in Africa to allow cryptocurrencies on its territory, before launching its own digital currency known as Sengo coin. In Mozambique, Impawa, a fintech startup, is crowdsourcing funding to finance residential real estate development through cryptocurrency. The startup's use of cryptocurrency is circumventing traditional bottlenecks in financing homes and harnessing the blockchain platform to channel finances towards innovators and developers. Countries like Nigeria have recognized the need for a state representation of digital currencies in the form of central bank digital currencies, or CBDCs for short. Many countries are now exploring this option. In Kenya, Possessia, a fintech startup focused on micro, small, and medium-sized enterprises' credit scoring and loan origination, has succeeded to unlock new capital by converting the cryptocurrency community into MSME lenders in East Africa, introducing a global pool of lenders to invest directly in Kenyan enterprises. The startup enables foreign lenders to send the USD stablecoin, a type of digital currency that is pegged on some external asset, such as fiat currency or other assets like gold, converted to Kenyan shillings, and leverage other credit scoring facilities to bridge the capital divide between MSMEs and investors. As cryptocurrency adoption continues to grow across Africa, other countries are still investigating the economic impact of these digital currencies before they go into operation. An estimated 4.2 million South Africans own cryptocurrencies, making the country one of the world leaders in crypto adoption, with 43% of the population expected to use it by 2030. While we cannot predict the future of cryptocurrencies, what we do know is that their adoption and use in Africa are expected to help level the economic playing field and expand finance options to underserved customer markets, including Africa.